Alright guys, so this is going to be my review of Johnathan Hickman and Nick Dragata's new Image series, East of West. Now, East of West is... okay, trying to explain East of West the best I can, I have a better chance of explaining rocket science to you guys. No offense, but Johnathan Hickman really has a lot of fun with these. I mean, we have this and his other big Image product, Manhattan Projects. Wow, this is really good. This is a really good opening to a great story. But the best way I could describe this is a sci-fi western. That's what it is at its core. It's a science fiction western. The universe that it takes place in is a universe where the Civil War occurred, but an event happened, and now, instead of in America, we have all these different factions all living in America. Like, we have the New Shanghai, we have the Republic of New Orleans, the Republic of Texas, the leader of the White Tower, the leader of the Black Tower. It's still like the Civil War apparently ended very differently in this universe, where the Union and the Confederacy, rather than the Union defeating the Confederacy, what happened was, after this huge event happened, they're very cloudy on the event too. So all that happened was this comet that happened during the events of the Union fighting the Confederacy, as well as fighting the Indians. This comet happened, and it changed everything, and they kind of signed this non-aggression agreement, these treaties, which kind of led to the Confederacy still happening. The Indians have their own territories. This group called the House of Mao takes over California and 1/3 of the country. We've also got the Republic of New Orleans, which is apparently, from what I understand so far of this comic, is that's the home of all freed slaves, and as well as we have the Republic of Texas. So yeah, those are the countries so far, but this mostly focuses on, I can't really, as much as I call it a sci-fi western, there's also some magical elements in here as well, because this mainly focuses on the four horsemen of the apocalypse and Death, who has defied the apocalypse, and the other three horsemen, who one of them is called Conquest instead of Pestilence. We have Famine, War, and Pestilence, who have gotten new bodies. They apparently regenerate new bodies every time, and they're out to find Death, who's abandoned their cause because he wants to take vengeance on those who killed him the first time, as well as took away his wife and son. Yeah, Death has a wife and child. And there's also this huge thing called the Message, which is very vague, and the horsemen are it's basically the apocalypse. So there's all that. And that's the best way I could describe it to you guys. There is so much crazy stuff in here that happens that is amazing. Johnathan Hickman really knows how to write sci-fi and western. Death is a great character. He is pretty much like if Clint Eastwood had Danny Phantom's powers. That is the best way to describe it. He's also got two sidekicks, Crow and Wolf, who are these Indian witches that have all these like great powers, and the three of them take on armies. They take on entire frickin' armies. That's how good they are. And Death rides a metal horse that shoots lasers. I hope that sentence alone got you interested into reading this book. I really do. But yeah, I don't want to spoil a lot in here, and there's so much. You say they give you enough to get you interested in the rest of the issues. Now, I don't think Volume 1 has. Volume 1's come out. Well, no shit. Sorry, I just had a brain fart right there. But I don't think Volume 2 came out, because Issue 6 just recently came out. So yeah, Issue 6 recently came out, and Volume 1 is still out. It is a fresh and new comic. And the best thing about Image Comics is that they have this great. They've now developed this great way of making you buy their shit. Here's what they do. For those who don't know, Image has this great marketing skill, which I've probably talked about before, where every single one of their first volumes are $9.99. That is it. It is $10. It is literally $10 for all their first volume trades. And if you're hooked, boom. Then they kind of go to the standard trades, which are usually about $14 to $15. They're $14 to $15, which is actually cheaper than the Marvel or DC trade volumes. They're really cheaper than the Marvel or DC ones. Image has like the cheapest trades out there, which tells you something. But I really think it's a really cool gimmick that Image has, is that all their first volume trades are $9.99. So if you don't like it, at least you only spent $10 on it. And if you do like it, they have you hooked. And trust me, with East of West, they have me hooked. There's just so many great lines in here. Also, Nick Dragata's artwork, I really hope I'm saying that last name right, is phenomenal. It is amazing. Like, seriously, there are some painted pictures in here that just, like, you want to look at them all, like, you want to spend hours looking at these artwork pics. I think Dragata did that new Avengers graphic novel with Warren Ellis called Endless Wartime, which I still really want to get because I really like some Warren Ellis, and the story really interested me. But I think it was Dragata who did the artwork in there. I can't remember for certain. But anyway, getting back to this, yeah, like I said, Dragata's artwork is amazing. It has this cool science fiction element to it that really helps. It also has like some cool contemporary feel to it. I know I just sounded really classical right there or whatever, but yeah, Dragata's artwork is amazing in here. Like, I'm seriously, I haven't really gushed a lot on I don't really gush a lot as much as I am right now. I just realized this. I haven't gushed on a comic this much. Well, gushing over a comic like this for a while. This shows you how good Image is doing these days. And yeah, if Hickman's work on East of West is just as good as it is in the following trades, which will be coming out soon. That's the other thing about Image. Again, this is me praising present-day Image again. But they also have a great track record of putting out trades really fast. When a story arc's done, boom, that trade is out. I mean, it's a lot faster than Marvel or DC's trade stuff, you know, when trades are coming out for them. But yeah, this is really freaking good. Once again, if you enjoy science fiction and westerns, like something like Westworld or here's another way to describe it. This is what happens when you put the good, the bad, the ugly, Star Wars and Darksiders all together. This is what you get. That is the best way I get it. This is what that's close to what you get in East of West. If you put Star Wars, Darksiders, and and the good, the bad, the ugly, and you put them all into one thing, and you mix in a little, and you also mix in a little bit of Seven Samurai, you get this, or something close to this, because this is completely new. This is something like I haven't read before. And what I'm saying, like, it's a mixture of all that, that's the best way I could, like, get you interested or whatever. But yeah, I really love East of West. And one more thing before I go. The reason why I got this trade was mostly because of my good friend Alex Breen, the creator of Fight or Flight, and most of you guys would know him as Movie Geek 17. He he did a review on this not too long ago of the first volume, and he just gushed over it. And on that note, I was just like, hey, I'm gonna go buy. My good friend Alex has never steered me wrong. I'm gonna go buy this. And Alex, if you're watching, thank you so much once again. I love East of West. It is amazing. And yeah, like I just said, guys, go check this out if you're a fan of science fiction, westerns, you know. That kind of Four Horsemen stuff. I know there's a few things out there of like it. Samurai films, all kinds of and just crazy sci-fi. Go check this out. This also makes me want to see Johnathan Hickman do a Doctor Who story. I would love to see Johnathan Hickman write some Doctor Who. So, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, once again, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review, and yeah, go check out East of West.